From the W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications, your home for the latest Marshall University news and sports, you're watching MU Report.
Good afternoon. Welcome to MU Report. This is a student-produced newscast of the W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University. It features news about Marshall and about higher education, and we are pleased you're joining us, whether it's on Network West Virginia Public Broadcasting, or YouTube. I'm Breon Taylor.
And I'm Danielle Wright. Now, on to our top story. This first story is about, of all things, stories and storytelling. Most specifically, how storytelling in the news has come under fire for allegedly being fake. That's why Marshall recently brought experts together for a symposium examining fake news. Tom Jenkins joins us now to explain.
And that's right, guys. The Symposium for Examining Fake News invited a panel consisting of former and current journalists, along with legal experts, to try and help understand fake news. The panel didn't have solutions for fixing it, but did give advice on how to spot it and avoid reading it when it comes across your screen. Fake news is untrue information from an unreliable source that is often meant to persuade people into believing stories that help or hurt a political agenda. Some of the panel's tips for spotting fake news included checking where the article you're reading is coming from, who is being sourced throughout the story, and if the headline uses trigger phrases such as "you won't believe this."
1966, a long time ago, was a pure or golden age as far as I am concerned with regard to the transmission of news. What happened then and what has happened since then is that technology has empowered those who spew fake news. They have instant access to the internet. They have instant immediacy in terms of what they're going to say. And I think it was Daniel Patrick Moynihan who said, you are entitled to your own set of opinions, but you are not entitled to your own set of facts.
The symposium was sponsored by the Marshall University School of Journalism and Mass Communications, and the panel added it's essential to stay focused on the facts when reading your news. Breon, back to you.
Thanks, Tom. We now move to a story that has some Marshall students frustrated by the number of dead spots or places without Wi-Fi connection that are still on Marshall's campus. MUNet, the name of the Wi-Fi system, varies in strength across the 110 acres of space. As Cassell Lim reports, the IT department says it is working on those dead spots.
The regular march to get Wi-Fi campus-wide is still a problem today. The university's network, MUNet, has long been the lifeblood of the university. Yet today, there remains dead spots throughout the campus with partial coverage or no coverage at all.
Primarily because the coverage comes down to cost. So the places where we have no coverage, once we did the cost-benefit analysis, the coverage in those areas were deemed to be not as crucial as in others.
These dead spots vary from an open field in front of the science building to some corners in the dorm rooms. Officials say they are still working to reach into the spots that remain dark, but some students say they are aggravated as they are paying for the Wi-Fi, yet they are not getting it.
The best Wi-Fi I get is when I stay next to my dorm. I'm a college student, right? I need to type my papers, do my homework, and I can never do that in my room. All the time I have to come to study lounge and study here. And if people are here, I have to go to the library, you know?
I think the problem is in that router stuff. Router works only here. On my side, it doesn't work.
So what some of these students are saying that they are paying more than $2,000 a semester for this dorm room that promises them a Wi-Fi connection while it works on their laptops, it doesn't work on their mobile device. Cassell Lim, MU Report.
The IT department says the issue in the dorm rooms is a challenging problem. They have already submitted a proposal to Housing and Residency Life to fully cover all the residency hall systems. They say the project could take up to a year.
We're going to tell you some stories. Be Heard Communications hosted its final event of the semester for the River Valley Child Development Services. The Murder Mystery Masquerade last weekend featured entertainment from the traveling group Murder and Mariette, as well as a silent auction. In total, the group raised more than $1,400.
Everybody has been affected by an after-school program in some way. So we are just trying to help children learn that school isn't boring. We want them to learn to love school and enjoy it and want to be there.
Coming up, camera 3.
Be Heard is the name of the Marshall's journalism program, public relations lab class, where students practice PR to get ready for a career in that field.
Marshall University School of Medicine is teaming up with the Drug Enforcement Agency to combat with the opioid epidemic in Huntington and Charleston. The DEA unveiled back in February its new 360 strategy to provide resources to communities and to help fight the war on opioids.
This isn't the first time we've had a heroin issue, because we've had that in the past, but it's just been more localized and within the major cities, and more of a city type problem. But now you're seeing this heroin problem being saturated into rural society. And so since 2013, when I became the special agent in charge of the Washington Division, we've seen how this problem has escalated in Appalachia, in the Shenandoah Valley.
We can't arrest ourselves out of this problem. And one of the things that we're trying to emphasize on this program is the outreach to the communities, trying to equip our community partners to help us, to help them try to put a dent in this problem.
The School of Medicine has already started classes to help educate students about the opioid crisis.
Here on Marshall's campus, women are making the steps to be at the forefront of all types of the industry. Their accomplishments are many, with glaring exception of receiving equal pay.
Sometimes it takes a little focusing on women's history to focus on what needs to change in women's futures. The accomplishments, beginning with the franchise, are countless, but the elephant in the room stubbornly persists. Women still earn far less for the same work than men. Bridging the gap is sort of a holy grail of women's equality.
We all the people at the end of the day. A woman should get paid the same amount as a man should get paid, especially if they're doing the same amount of work or even more so. So for a woman to not get paid with their due justice, I feel like is really unfortunate and unnecessary.
The government has the numbers to back up women's claims about pay. The Census Bureau says the earning ratio between men and women hasn't changed since 2007. 10 years of no change. And it's true, the gap may be unfair, but many make the pay gap a reason to work harder.
I feel that women are sometimes a second thought, but at the same time, women will make and let their voice be heard.
So it's one thing to complain about the difference and another to do something about it. That's why the American Association of University Women offers a salary negotiation workshop with tools to help them advocate for themselves.
For more information on how to close the pay gap, go to www.aauw.org. When we return, Jake Rithers will be with us covering sports. He will introduce a new Marshall athlete, making waves in the pool and on the softball diamond. Stay with us.
For the latest Marshall news and sports, there's only one place you can trust. MUTV. Our team works hard to deliver you the news you want when you need it.
And Chantel Foster joins us now to tell us about it. Chantel?
Business owners believe that the bill will bring in new business, including Marshall students.
MUTV, Marshall University's campus TV news source.
We are Marshall, a proud family and a distinctive comprehensive university. We are one of West Virginia's oldest public universities. We honor tradition while looking toward the future. We are the foundation of opportunity for students in West Virginia and across the globe. We're committed to student success in the classroom and beyond. We are Marshall. Your best decision ever.
Welcome back to MU Report. We now take it to the softball diamond, where Marshall's softball team has a new member who went from diving off the swimmer block to stealing bases. Many people understand the challenge of balancing schoolwork and a collegiate sport, but imagine balancing two collegiate sports. Swimmer turned softball player Chloe Parsman can tell you all about it.
But like, it's up to me. Like, I just love it, and I don't have too much time. I just don't like to sit and do nothing, so I'd rather do something and like go work out. So that's what I'm doing.
The Southern France native starts her day with a 6 a.m. swim workout, heads to her 8 a.m. class, eats, and then naps a little before her softball practice.
Coach Trim will like allow me to come swimming optionally like when I want to. The only like time that works is Tuesday, Thursday, like 6 a.m. Like I come sometime like I gotta rec sometime on my own, like just splash a little bit just because I love it too much. I gotta love it, and then I go to softball practice when I have to go because that's where the season is right now and that's where I'm focusing on.
Parsman says her swim coach was very supportive after learning she'd be playing softball. Contrary to popular belief, some coaches are open to the idea of their athlete playing multiple sports.
Very good thing. It can be very beneficial for the athlete. My reasoning is that it gives them a break from one set of tensions and puts focus on another set of tensions.
It's okay to step outside your box and to try something new. You never know, you might find a new talent. We now take it over to Jake Griffith with sports. Jake?
Week 3 of Marshall football spring practice began Tuesday. Among those missing from the gridiron was tight end Ryan Juracek, who had a procedure on his knee during the offseason. According to Juracek, he expects to be back on the field in some capacity within a week. In his absence, backup Cody Mitchell has risen to the occasion. Saturday, Doc Holliday talked about the impression Mitchell has made.
I like Cody. I mean, he's a tough guy that loves football, and he just goes. I mean, he's going to be a good player for us because you can trust him, and like I say, he's extremely tough, and I like everything about him at this point. And he's just going to get better and better because of the way he goes about his business, the way he goes to work every day.
Coming back to Jake. The Marshall basketball team is back on the court at the Cam Henderson Center this week. Tuesday marked the start of their off-season workouts. It'll be the team's first official program with new assistant coach Cornelius Jackson. Now, the team also held their annual awards banquet Saturday night. Among those honored were guard John Elmore, who won the Hal Greer Player of the Year award. The Marshall softball team continues to impress this season. They entered their weekend series with Florida Atlantic looking for 30-plus wins for the third straight year. The Herd also wanted to exact a measure of revenge against the Owls, who swept Marshall last season in Boca Raton. Well, Marshall rocking the pink unis for Strikeout for Cancer Saturday. Around 14 teams participated, and Jordan Dixon was on the mound for Shonda Stanton. She was dealing 9 Ks for her. You can see Katz goes down and Lauren Witt. Then bottom second, Marshall down 1-0, and Abigail Estrada is going to go yard. That'll tie the game at 1. Her teammates are jacked. And then bottom third inning now, Taylor McCord rips one down the third base line. Squeezes in just fair. That's a 2-run jack. Marshall takes the lead 3-1. They go on to win 4-2. As you can see, Shonda Stanton congratulating Taylor on her way around the base path. Marshall takes the series in a sweep 3-0. They improve to 32-5 on the year. It's Marshall's 4th conference series sweep this season. That's a new school record. As you can see, Jordan Dixon picks up win number 22 of the season. She'd ultimately pick up number 23 as well later on in the series. Well, you want to know why we love sports? Well, because of stories like this. Jordan Dixon's mother, Linda, was diagnosed with cancer back in November. She was at the game Saturday to throw out the first pitch to her daughter, and she was able to see Jordan be honored for career strikeout number 1,000. Jordan actually had no idea that that last part was even coming. A very touching moment for all involved.
That's all the time we have for this edition of MU Report. This show will air on our YouTube channel, MUTV Channel 25, and the Marshall Parthenon website. We're always looking for news that affects the Marshall community. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of MU Report. And we'll see you again next week. I'm Danielle Wright.
And I'm Breon Taylor. Have a great day.